have you clicked on this video because you want to learn about the Bundesliga real quick just before the weekends of football? Because if so, you're not in luck. Me and Josh have no clue, but we were going to do a review anyway, ain't we, Josh?
Well, I think a review's the wrong word, Jay, because it hasn't happened yet. A preview. I think,
preview is the word I meant. That is the word I meant. But we're doing a preview.
Obviously, I think it's very important to me and Jay to very quickly, categorically say that we do not really agree with football's return in the current climate.
Mm-hmm.
We think it should not be a priority, and we think it should maybe continue to take a back seat while the world's in disarray.
Watch our last
We're
video.
still going to watch it.
Yeah, obviously. Come on.
It's like if you're sat in your house and out the window, the man's burning alive. You like to think that you're going to get it, and that you can't get to him. There's no way you're not going to be like looking over.
Josh, please, that is the worst thing to say up top of this episode.
I mean, you can't get to him. You can't help him. Then
so you're just going to watch him burn? Are you saying the Bundesliga's going to burn?
Maybe I'm going to say the world's going to fucking burn, and the Bundesliga's the spark.
Okay, shall we get into the preview?
But okay. For starters, I think we should. I'm pretty sure. I'd just like to give Jay a chance to show off his new Hertha kit just before we get into this. Go on, Jay.
Man. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that, mate. So, obviously, as you'll see in the thumbnail, and as I'm sporting right now, I'm sporting my true colours, Hertha Berlin, because I'm actually a born and bred Hertha Berlin fan. If you didn't know, fun fact about me. I've kept it quiet until now.
Fact.
Just, I don't know why. Very quiet.
Unbelievably quiet.
Under the radar. I am the spot now.
I went for, ahead of the derby this weekend, I went for Schalke. I can't actually find my Dortmund top. I've got a lovely grey one, but I've got my I tried to put them up there, but it didn't really work. So, oh well.
Fair enough. You know what? I thought you'd be wearing your Dortmund top, to be fair.
I don't know where it is. I think it might be in the wash. But, I'll go for their arch rivals and also my other favourite German team. I have a very confusing fact that my favourite German teams are Schalke and Dortmund. Which
you know what, though? To be fair, I've got the Hertha Berlin top on. And the reason I've got a Hertha Berlin top is because I went to Berlin and I wanted to get this top. But to be fair, Union Berlin's story is brilliant as well, so I'm on both sides of the derby in that respect.
Well, here we are. We're essentially, imagine this podcast was in German, and you were saying, well, to be honest, Josh, I'm a big fan of Man City and Man United, and I'm like, oh, well, I completely agree. Big Liverpool fan, big Everton fan. Like, I want them both to do, like, it doesn't really work, but hey, here we are. Come on, Dortmund, come on,
if
Schalke.
any German Bundesliga fans are watching this, they are fuming. But you know what? A quick fun fact, though, Josh, before we get into it as well. My club, Hertha Berlin, I didn't know this, right? But, Solomon Kalou was playing for him, or plays for them.
It's one of those things where now it's going to sound like you don't believe me. I did know that. The last time I thought about that was not for a while. So I'll be honest, it's not always at the forefront of my mind. As a
Hertha Berlin fan, it's always at the forefront of my mind. But he actually has been suspended recently because he's been breaking the rules. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
So he was on Instagram Live, and I think he was just basically chatting shit about the virus rules, and then he's just been breaking them, and the club was like, "Please stop," and they've suspended him, and he probably won't play for the boys ever again.
Though, isn't he?
Kalou will Kalou.
Kalou will Kalou. Anyway, we should probably talk about some football, but not that we know that much about it. We know that obviously Bayern Munich have reclaimed the top of the table, have they?
Yes, so they are top of the table.
Yeah, Dortmund are like 4 points behind. I know you have the table, I don't have it. I'm doing this off memory.
Yeah, I should probably do this, mate. You're doing this for memory, and I'm literally looking at it.
I think I know, though. Then it's RB, then it's Gladbach, and then Schalke is in 6th, and I'm not sure who's in 5th.
Leverkusen.
Of course, Leverkusen.
Of course, big Kai Havertz is playing there. So I think let's get into the first game that you already mentioned it. Dortmund Schalke, the first game of the weekend, and they're bringing football back with a decent game, aren't they?
Well, unless I tune into Bayern Munich, Union Berlin. This will definitely be one that I'm watching, because the fascinating thing about the football coming back, as much as we don't agree with it as a constant caveat, is that like how many mad results do we see after like the week off, like after a winter break or something, after those breaks we have in the league or like international break, how many weird results do we see just at the start of the season, like when teams haven't played for each other? This has never been seen before. This is a 8-week break now.
Sorry, and I was about to say, and like only about 2-3-ish weeks of actual training.
Yeah, and on top of that, no friendlies, and also when you look at Schalke and Dortmund, this is a team that, Dortmund were absolutely flying last season and had a real chance of winning the title, and came up against a Schalke who are nowhere near as good as them, but because it's a proper derby, they can do them, because that's what derbies are. That's why we love football. I mean, obviously, you can't. QCR wouldn't really do it to you, but
never know.
That's what happens, and so it's exciting. You've got so many factors that make this game completely unpredictable. And that's fantastic.
It's actually a banging game to get going again. You got the likes of Haaland, who was just breaking through as well. We get to see him play again. We've got our boy Sancho as well, it's such a good game to start with.
The Dortmund game I've sat and watched since Haaland joined was actually the first PSG leg where he scored twice. I didn't watch the second PSG leg.
I think I watched the second one and not the first one.
But it's like I'm looking forward to seeing Dortmund are a likeable team. You've got the Royces and the Sanchos and the Thorgan Hazard, and the back line of Hummels is back, and it's just a Berkey. Who doesn't love Berkey?
Yeah, definitely.
And Hamiki as well. What an exciting little right back. Like, if you're ever in a FIFA career mode and you've got a bit of money and you don't know who to get a right back, the answer is instantly Hamiki.
Nice.
Incredible.
Always bring it back to the career mode. But yeah, no, definitely. And obviously for the actual league itself, they'll be closing the gap on Bayern Munich, because it's only a 4-point gap that they have at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, Schalke's got, a bit of not a Tottenham link. Did you see actually on Twitter that Schalke tweeted all of the clubs saying why you should support Schalke based on your Premier League club?
No.
It was a very strange time. So, for example, Chelsea, you should support them because you're the Royal Blues and they're the Blues. That was their thing. They said to Tottenham that you should support us because we both love twatting Dortmund. That was their logic. And my absolute favourite one was actually I've got a fair few likes on this one. By a fair few I mean 30. But one of them was Bournemouth love having your former player as a coach. Well, we have David Wagner, who was a player in the 90s, and there was a picture of Eddie Howe and Wagner, and everyone was like, what are they saying? And it took about 10 minutes to click, and they were basically saying, because Bournemouth like the fact that Eddie Howe used to play for them, it's cool because David Wagner actually played for 2 years at Schalke in the 90s. And then I sort of explained this to someone, but not patronisingly, going this is ridiculous, but I think this is what they mean. And loads of people commented back oh, that was... I even got accused of being the Schalke admin. That happened to me on Twitter this week. I was like, okay.
Wow, that's brilliant. Okay, well, so what a perfect game to get us going again. And then there's a couple 2:00 games on Saturday, including the boys in blue and white, the old lady, as we like to call them. We are playing, I'm going to say Hoffenheim on that day. So I'm not going to go too into detail about Hertha Berlin, Hoffenheim. But one thing I wanted to mention was...
Because you can't.
Josh, no, I just don't want to bore people.
Capacity.
I just don't want to bore people, okay? No, but the interesting thing is that mid-table, so between about 15th and 8th, there's only about 9 points in it, and we're sitting there in 13th. I mean, it's interesting in the fact that 15th is 1 point above relegation, and you're only a couple points away from mid-table.
Yeah, that's. So what you're saying is that there's 15th, pretty much 8th to the bottom of the table is relatively close.
Yeah. So it's
15th to 8th isn't that exciting because there's only 18 teams, isn't there? That's the insight you get with the back post. I briefly forgot there was only 18 teams. I was there like 15-8. It's not that impressive.
Well, cool, Jay. Cool. Yeah, no. So like, and we're sat there and we're playing. We're there with 28 points. So all the points matter in this table, mate. So this game is actually a good one and a big one.
I mean, obviously, sorry, you've got more to say about Hertha Berlin after you learnt who their striker was yesterday. After I told you.
Don't show me up like that, man. No, I was gonna say Union Berlin, who were actually in the second division last season, are now currently 2 places above us as well, and they are our rivals. So we need to get above them.
Brilliant. Right, I think what we should do, just for a little bit of fun here, Jay, is it might be a bit of graphic work for you. Apologies, but I think you should just quick fire run us through every fixture that's going to happen. And we're going to say the score, and we're just going to see who wins. How about that for a little lockdown treat? Play along at home if you want.
So what, me and you are going to go against each other and pick a score each, yeah?
Yeah, well, we can do a winner, but we can do a winner. We can add a score if you want, but we'll say the winner or the draw. That gives you the point, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Don't even really think about it. Let's just what's going to happen.
All right, so we'll start with Dortmund Schalke. What are you saying?
2-2 draw.
I'm going to say 2-1 Dortmund.
2-1 Dortmund.
We got Leipzig Freiburg.
RB Leipzig Freiburg. That's going to be 3-0.
Ooh,
Leipzig.
Big one. Yeah, Leipzig. yeah, Leipzig. I'm going to say 2-0 Leipzig. Hoffenheim Hertha Berlin. I'm going to say big boys 2-1 Berlin win.
I reckon that's going to be the worst game of the day, 0-0.
Are you sure? Because the next game is Augsburg versus Wolfsburg.
That's going to be the best game of the day. I reckon that would be 1-0 Wolfsburg.
Oh, that's good. You know what? I was going to say a 1-0 to someone, and I'm just going to completely agree and say 1-0 to Wolfsburg as well. Next game is Düsseldorf versus Paderborn. What a difficult one.
3-3. It's going to be a good game, that.
3-3. Jesus Christ.
3-3.
Okay, so Josh doesn't actually know that both of these clubs sit in the relegation.
That's why it's going to be 3-3, Jay. It's going to be a proper relegation scrap.
Big scrap. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to say... Well, you know what? I'm going to say Paderborn, who are at the bottom of the table, they're going to have a somewhat surprise win and win 2-1. Okay, moving on. Frankfurt, Mönchengladbach, late game, Saturday.
Gladbach, 2-0.
It's got to be a Gladbach win, yeah. 2-0, 2-1, it's got to be. All right, moving on to Sunday's games. We've got Cologne versus Mainz.
1-1.
1-1. I'm going to say Cologne, 1-0.
Do you not think there'll be any draws?
I don't like putting bets on draws. I don't know why. Okay, next game. Union Berlin versus Bayern Munich.
5-1, Bayern Munich.
Oh, fucking hell, Josh. That's harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, fuck them.
You know what? Fuck
no,
it.
They've massively overachieved, but the 8 weeks off compared to some of the best athletes in Germany maybe take too much. That's my reasoning there.
I'm going to say 2-0 Union Berlin.
Okay.
And then our last one of the weekend is Werder Bremen, sorry, fucking hell, Button against Leverkusen.
I think 3-2 Leverkusen.
Oh. So I'm
excited for this week, Jay. I don't know why you're not pumped enough for what this week is going to bring.
Well, because
you've good.
Because you said I've got no draws down, I want to put a draw down. But Leverkusen of 5th. So I'm just going to say they're winning 3-0. Big win.
Okay.
Big Monday night football.
Time. And we'll just quickly on the next week's episode, we'll quickly just see who won this little
yeah, so tune in to next week.
Tune in if you care. Like,
I don't know.
Yay, Josh won. No, I mean, it's I know we're talking about the Bundesliga and we're talking about it returning, and do you have any? Well, I think we should maybe discuss. Do you have any favourite little players that chill in the Bundesliga, and also the news that the Premier League has the same sort of provisional date of June the 12th to return, Jay?
Does it?
Yeah,
I didn't
know that. Breaking news, Jay.
Breaking news. I saw the training guidelines as well. That the 5 minimum groups, only 75 minutes, that kind of shit as well.
Well, it's weird. It's weird that not even you may have seen the Tyrone Mings tweet that I know you've seen, but you at home, where he basically says I have no idea what's going on. I'm currently ready to wear a mask and go to Australia and play for half an hour. And he was being very flippant about it, but he has a point. He's like, I actually have no idea what the plan is here.
Yeah, there is no plan. I think
oh shit, they don't.
It's the media. Media doesn't help with any of it, do they?
No, absolutely not.
The media will be saying one
thing. They have
thing.
to speculate.
Yeah, but I get the lines get blurred, don't they? Because they're speculating, but they're not saying that they're speculating. They're almost saying it as fact.
Yeah,
just like us saying,
well.
I'm a Hertha Berlin fan. It's not actually a fact.
Well, it's not just football. That, and again, I'll try not to stray too far from football as usual, but it is the same as everything. Football is basically Boris Johnson bumbling through. Do go at home, stay at home. Don't go to work. Go to work tomorrow, but don't travel. But obviously travel to work to get there. But stay at home. And you're like, the football's like, wear a glove, wear don't gloves. Have half an hour. Only Tyrone Mings is allowed to play. What is that?
What the fuck do we do, Bozza?
It'll be interesting to see how things goes. And what we have to remember as well, Jay, is what we didn't really talk about in the Bundesliga is, they're not doing the neutral grounds thing, I assume. They are going to the stadiums, I think.
Yeah, I've not heard anything of it, so I presume so, yeah.
Okay, but also, you have to remember the impact of behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm, yeah. It's true.
This is the biggest derby, probably. I would say the most famous derby, really, like the proper derby. I know that Dortmund, Bayern is probably a bigger game, but the proper derby of Schalke, Dortmund, and I don't think we've seen a derby. We've seen into Juventus without a crowd.
Yeah.
Have we had a derby game without a crowd yet?
Ones that we don't know of. None of the giant games, I guess, but no, I can't think of any.
So that'll be very interesting.
It will.
And also, one thing about it's being played at Schalke, isn't it?
Sorry?
Is it being played at Schalke?
No, Dortmund, I think.
Oh, well, that's quite exciting if it's played at Dortmund, because I think, quite famously, Dortmund have one of the best sounds of a ball hitting the net in Europe.
I've heard that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
ping.
like the.
So at least if we don't have a crowd, we get to fully.
I do think they're going to be playing crowd noises as well, though, aren't they? I heard that.
They're going to be what?
I heard that they're going to be playing crowd noises in games.
Oh
no! You know what they did? That's what they did in Japan. So Japan's league has started again. How did we not do a video on that, Josh? But being big J-League fan.
I did just see the one football video on Twitter though, and it was just a ball got crossed into the box and he pirouetted and back heeled it into the net, and it was just like football is back, and everyone was like, yes, that is what we're here to see.
But yeah, no, they played fan noises in the crowd in the stadium.
Okay, so maybe that's what we'll be experiencing.
I mean, as well, you've also got that amazing thing with the cardboard cutouts as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm excited to see that.
I don't mind that. I'm not sure how I feel about crowd noises, but then again, how creepy would it be to stare at all of those cardboard cutouts in utter silence? that would be quite harrowing. You're not playing that well. And you just look, and obviously you can't see me now, Jay, but you'll imagine what I'm doing. You're not playing that well. You've just you've just been sent off, and you're walking down the tunnel, and you look up to the crowd, and there's just 30,000 just.
I was pulling the face the whole time.
You're all just oh no.
We so should have fucking sent off a photo of us too, and had the back pose representatives out there.
Hello, glad back.
Well, you know what? Football's back. It's weird, but it's back, and we'll all be tuning in.
Yeah, we will be. All of us that like football, probably. We'll go with it. We shouldn't be here, but what can we do? A lot of things shouldn't be happening at the moment, but they are. And you can either grump about it. I can't stop the Bundesliga starting, so I might as well enjoy the Bundesliga starting.
Yeah, you're exactly right, mate. You're exactly.
I'm not going to take a moral stance against it. Like, can you imagine?
No.
Someone in a boardroom is like, Josh Park has refused to watch, and they're like, we must shut it down immediately.
If only our platform had that much power.
I don't think anything has that much power. But anyway, goodbye to you all for now. We'll call it a day there.
Wait.
Back. Oh, sorry.
Keep talking. I got something brilliant to do.
Okay, I'll just.
No, okay, you ready? Okay, we're coming back. We're back. Sorry. So, everyone, I need to point my mic somehow at my laptop. You ready?
Sag es deinen Vätern.
Tell your dads in German.
Sag es deinen Vätern.
Jay will have probably edited just before that, and I want you to know that there was a good period of waiting for him to get that ready.
Sag es deinen Vätern.
Okay, goodbye. Tell your father.
Sag es deinen Vätern.
Yeah, bye.